Okay, what did you learn today? Complicated. Cause and effect.
That's no B.
If you give is what you get.
What you give is what you get.
The mind can't be controlled.
Mind
Can't be controlled.
can't be controlled.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Learned about error 2 or 3 in the washing machine.
What?
We learned about error 2 or 3 in the washing machine.
Boo-boo has different colors.
Hmm?
Boo-boo has different colors.
Bubble has different colors, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we let's say I have 5 apples with me, and if I give that 5 apple, out of 5 apples, if I give 1 apple to someone, right? At that moment, how many apples that I have after I give that apple? 4. So what you give is what you get. But when you give something that you have, actually it doesn't give you anything. You reduce, you will lose what you have. Isn't it?
Somebody's going to give you a pay.
Huh?
Somebody will give you a pay.
A
Pay or a mandarin or something.
Mandarin, okay. In that moment, what you witness, is it something like that, or you reduce whatever that you have? You had 5 apples, and you gave 1 apple to the another one. What left? How many apples left? 4. So that means now you don't have 1 apple.
You have a thank you now.
Huh?
4 apples and a thank you.
4 apples and a thank you. But thank you doesn't count as an apple.
Counts as satisfaction.
Huh?
It counts as satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
But you create space now.
It will come back in a different way.
It will come back in a different way. Okay.
After 5 lifetimes.
Yeah. That's not worth, right? We need, if I invest, right, at least if I can get a return. If you have an insurance that you will return it after 1 year, at least if you invest in a bank, right, you will get a return, interest, at least after 1 year. For example, fixed deposits. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we need to understand. Initially, what we have to understand this. How come you had 5 apples? What is the logic behind that you are having 5 apples?
Someone has given it to me.
That's what I had given them last, so I got those.
Huh?
I had given them some time, back, and that's why I have them in the first place.
So that means, are you really having them, or
You pass them.
huh?
You passing them. Like you receive them, you give them, you receive them.
Yes. Here I am going to introduce to you a concept called dynamic equilibrium. Let's say you have 5 fish in this side of the tank. So, which one is this? There are, these are fishes, right? Okay. There are 5 fish in this side of the tank. There are 5 fishes in this side of the tank. Right? When one fish moves from here to here, another fish from this side will come back here.
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary, but what I'm telling you, I'm going to introduce you a concept called dynamic equilibrium, right? So this is an analogy to give that explanation to you. Every time when you see, you will see what? There will be 5 number of fish in this side and 5 number of fish in that side. But actually, are they static or dynamic? It's actually flowing. Let's go back to economy. Economy in a country. Is it static or dynamic? How about nitrogen cycle? Nitrogen cycle you learn in science school. Don't worry, I'm taking multidisciplinary. I'm taking all the aspects of the science and economy and everything here.
In a wild case, it's dynamic.
Dynamic. Right? Exactly. That means, ladies and gentlemen, even though we can see things that I have and she has and they have like that, but actually this world is in dynamic equilibrium. Everything right now you have is actually in a dynamic equilibrium. You can't see apples going out and coming back. But even though you say that you have something right now throughout the time, this is at dynamic equilibrium now. If you disturb that equilibrium, now what will happen? There will be an effect. Who described about butterfly effect? Yesterday you. So it will be a butterfly effect. Right, it will start cascade of reaction, and there's a consequences from because of a butterfly. There's a storm, right? That was the cause and one cause, the cause and react, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect, like a cascade of reaction, like dominoes. Likewise, when you have something in your life, actually you don't have it. For that time being, those things are there with you because at that moment, every moment this world is at dynamic equilibrium. Right? If you give something, now you are creating a vacuum here. This vacuum gets filled. Right now, you are listening to something that I am explaining. Are you? Oh, you are thinking about something else. Right now, you are listening. When you listen, you are trying to understand the concept that I have to convey to you. Right now also, your life is actually not fixed, static. Your life is at dynamic. You're receiving. It's not received. You can't say it's done. Always at equilibrium. Now this is the argument. if you get something in this world to you, that means, ladies and gentlemen, it's not something that happened out of the blue. It's not something that happened random. You know, the word called random is not random. You know, random doesn't have randomness. Random means you don't know the causes. If you can't see, if you can't identify, if you can't understand what are the causes, then what is that? The people call the concept of, the people have introduced that concept of what? Random. So, are there any random events in this world, or just cause and effects, consequences of causes? Every event has so many causes. Events are not independent events. Events are always independent. Did you understand? I'm telling the same word, but not independent. They are not coincidence, but coincidence. Incidents are not random. Incidents the incidents are there because of effects, because of causes. Got it? Something happened to you. Let's say when you go there, you feel the wind. You feel the breeze of wind, you know. That is also an event that you experience in your mind. Right now you are listening to me. Ladies and gentlemen, that is also an event that you experience right now. There should be causes behind this, but you can't see it. You know one thing, that Swami Wahanse is here, that's why you can listen to me. That's okay, but is that the only cause, or there are so many causes behind this? So many causes. For example, when you see this, you can see this is not moving, stagnant, static, fixed, and it's there. Right? Now I'm going back to your physics class. How many forces are act on this object? One, two, gravity and the friction. Only two. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many forces. Actually, the gravity, the attraction force from Mars, attraction force from Saturn, attraction force from Sun, all are acting on this object right now. You can say they are minor, but minor or there should be. So that means you can't say this is independent, but this event right now that happens here is always independent of many forces. Right now you can see a resultant effect. Is it something there, or this is an effect from many causes? What do you think? This is an effect from many causes. You can't isolate this event alone. That means this moment also an effect, this moment also an effect, this moment also an effect, this moment effect. Yes, right? Every moment is an effect, because of causes are contributing. If one cause is missing, then it will be a different effect.
Who decides the causes?
The question is the problem. Who? No. That's the way. Not who decides the cause. The causes coming together creates an effect. That's the way.
That means it's random.
No, it's not random. Matching causes always coming together.
Nature?
That's what we call nature. You know what we have to, here, what we are trying to understand here is the fundamental behavior of this nature. That's why I asked yesterday, you were not there. Who is doing the reaction in the sun? Two hydrogens come together and create and producing helium. Did you learn this in your science class? Two hydrogens come together and produce what? And it become helium. Okay, don't worry. Right? Who decides that? Who is the doer behind that reaction? No. Then who asked two hydrogens to come there? Who?
Energy to the power of infinity.
That's why this nature doesn't have a doer behind it, but it is working. That's why I told you that when you say random, in that sense, yes, it's random, but random means not random, because random means you can't see the causes, but causes have to come together to create this effect right now. That's why I want you to think in this way. Whatever that happens right now, this incident is not something that happened. It's always in production, always in action. Do you understand this? It's in dynamic equilibrium. It's not fixed. It's not static. It's not stagnant. It's producing.
It's firing.
Huh?
That's right. It's firing.
Firing. Happening. Processing. Remember that it's like a water surface. If you put your finger onto the surface, what happens? It creates ripples. So before it creates ripple, it was done, or it was in always. That process is keep producing the water surface like that, and that effect, whatever the cause that you put in, create a ripple of effects. Your finger. Likewise, ladies and gentlemen, right now you are going to receive the profound teaching of this world. In order to receive that teaching, I'm pretty sure we explain this, but we don't know whether you can understand or whether you can grasp or whether you are listening to this, because even though you say like this, I don't know what you grasped. Because I can't see you, I can see your face, beautiful face, but I can't see your beautiful mind. What you understand, even God doesn't know. Let's say that there's Almighty God, even God cannot understand what you think. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, in the classroom, all the teachers, they are explaining the concept, and then you have to do some activities, exercises to make sure that you grasp it or not. Because when you do the exercises, remember mathematics? When you do the exercises, now you start to think what? Now you start to realize, this is the way you have to solve that equation. Otherwise, all the time, what I remember when teacher explains something in the board, everywhere you can see just cloud of energies. When you give something, you are creating a vacuum here, the nature will fill that vacuum. Got it? Got it? Now this is the case. Wisdom is what? Knowledge means understanding, realization. That is also a process in the mind. Remember that we drew yesterday? There's a mind and the environment. Remember? That mind is looking at the environment and thinking about the environment. And mind has a what? If there's a problem in the mind, if there's a malfunction in the mind, mind cannot self-realize that there's a malfunction in there. Remember that card, the card detection system, the malfunction detection system we described yesterday? It's something like that. In order to find that mechanic, in order to find that wisdom, in order to find that teaching that describes what actually happens here, that finding also something receiving, isn't it? When you listen to this, whether you can grasp it or not, that is also something that happens to your mind from nature. That is something coming to your mind from nature. Do you understand that? You got 5 apples because you have given that 5 apples. You have wisdom because you have given wisdom. Do you understand that? It doesn't have to be wisdom, but you have to give for the wisdom. That's why there's a nice quote says, if you want to give wisdom, you have to, if you want to get wisdom, you have to give wisdom. But in the problem here is, if you don't have wisdom, how to give wisdom? That's what we call catch-22. So there's a school that teaches how to cross the road. Right? You are in here. You have to cross the road to learn how to cross the road. Since you don't know how to cross the road, you can't go to the school to learn how to cross the road. Am I telling the same thing again and again?
If somebody's standing next to you that knows how to cross the road, and you give something to somebody that's standing next to you to teach you how to get across the road.
Then you need to find a teacher. In here, this is what exactly happens. Binoculars.
What are some of the ways you can give to wisdom other than contributing, working with the people?
Yes, that's what that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell my story. When I was young, my mother always asked me to go to temple and worship, and she forces me. She forced me. Let's go. No, let's go. And then I have to go there, and I give and offer flowers and oil lamps and all these offering rituals. I always wanted to become a scientist. I don't like that. I didn't like that thing. And I didn't remember. There's a ritual in our Buddhist culture that in Bodhi trees? Bodhi trees? The Bodhi trees means the tree that Buddha enlightened. So you have to water the Bodhi tree. In order to water the Bodhi tree, you have to go around the Bodhi tree on right-handed or left-handed? I can't remember. Clockwise, yes, clockwise. So my mom asked me to go clockwise, and you know what I did? I go anti-clockwise and say, see, nobody kills me, no, nothing happened to me. I was always against those rituals, and I was questioning. What the hell is that? Why should we give? Why should we have to do that? So, small age I have to do because I was under that government, right? When I moved out from that government, I was not following them. I just wanted to enjoy the life and learn the science. And later, I told you right yesterday when I met my girlfriend back then. So after we decided to search something profound in this life, then we were not worshipping, but we were looking the science behind it. There's a nice quote, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't give wisdom, give to someone who gives wisdom. If you can't give wisdom, give to someone who gives this wisdom. So I can extend that quote. If you can't give wisdom, if you want wisdom, if you want the reality, if you want to understand what actually happens in this life, in this mind right now, that means, ladies and gentlemen, now you have to give something to that realization. If you want to give that, if you want to sleeping or no? Don't sleep. If you can't give wisdom, then you can give to someone, or you can give to someone who has given wisdom. Or you can give to wisdom. This is the fundamental science behind offerings. Try to understand this. All the rituals that all the religions are directing towards these fundamentals. In church, you are giving something to the church. You are donating. In mosque, the Islamic religion, so they donate and give. In temples, we offer flowers in front of Buddha statues. So all these things, ladies and gentlemen, is actually, they are directing you to release what you have towards that profoundness. You are not giving to a statue. You are not giving to a person called Christ, Jesus Christ. You are giving to that profoundness. You are giving to that wisdom. You are giving to the qualities and characteristics of that person who realized the reality.
Like the organizers who are helping with this event, so you are able to teach.
Yes, exactly. So everybody helps each other to help each other. Everybody gives to the wisdom. Everybody is working towards the reality. Everybody is releasing what they have towards the reality. Do you understand this? This is the science behind all the givings. You can see all the religions, ladies and gentlemen. Dhanam vibhushanam doni, dhanam dukkha nivaranam, dhanam sargasya sopanam, dhanam sandhikaram sukham. That's in Bhagavad Gita. In Vedic, the Upanishads also describe these things. In Indian Vedic principles. Everywhere you can see giving. Sorry, what?
What about the con men that take the money for themselves? They preach under false pretense.
What is a con man? I don't know.
There's like a lot of religious con men.
Like, not that I'm calling out any religion, but like in Christianity, you can get like these super pastors that like have private jets and they live like these lavish lives. And, I guess what he's saying is like, what happens when you give your money to the wrong cause? Is that what I'm asking? Like, do you still receive wisdom?
Okay. This is what in our temples, in the society, we have. Okay, see, the temples are having so much money, so they are rich. You're asking that thing. Exactly. Thank you. No. If you misuse that from that preacher's side or someone who is doing that, that's for their job. That's their job. Right? You know that I don't know whether you know this. In the Buddhism, the Buddha, I don't like to call this as a religion, right? Buddha has to sacrifice so many eons or so many lives to come to this realization. He has sacrificed a lot. That sacrification, that sacrifice that he has exerted throughout the lives. So he has done some actions to this world to receive this Dhamma, to receive this profound wisdom, theory, the teachings. That's why people are giving. It's not people are giving. The nature is providing that, nature is fulfilling that vacuum throughout eons. Even after 2,500 years, still people are giving. But let's say a priest or someone, if they are doing something bad out of this, that's their karma. Now they are misusing it. But from your side, from donor's side, what they have given is what? Towards that teaching, towards that Dhamma, towards that profound wisdom. So you get you get the wisdom out of that. It's not something that you have to conserve. Let's say a beggar come in front of you and beg, and then you are giving something to him, right? And when he goes, and then you find out that he is not a beggar, he is just...
Scammer.
Who?
Scammer. Like he's scamming, he's not a big...
Scam, yeah. But no, your action has a good intention, had a good intention. That's there. You don't have to worry about what happened after that. Likewise, ladies and gentlemen, when you give, you're giving, here, you're going to receive this Dhamma, you're going to understand what actually happens here in this world, in reality. That's why I told you that you came here for a reason, to find a teacher who can explain the reality, who can explain the Dhamma, who can explain what actually happens to your life, why you are living this life, what is the reason behind this, all this suffering, fear, grief, anger, the mental pressure that you experience throughout your life. Because once you know the problem, once you know the logic behind this, then you know how to escape from it. Isn't it? You know how to come out of it. So you need to understand the logic behind it. That's why you came here. In order to understand the logic, ladies and gentlemen, you have to start offering. What you have. So I'm not asking something from you. Right? So this, when we were in Italy, I was going alms round in a city area. No one knows that we can donate something to these monks, right? So I just walk away. I walk around the square, and then in one occasion, one of our devotee came and he said, "Okay, Swami, I can help you." And then he went. He saw there's a beggar, like a boy, who was having a hat empty, and he was begging. And this gentleman gave €2 coin to that homeless guy, And he asked, okay, so you don't have, your pocket is empty because you haven't given. Right now, you have now 2 euros. What you can do, there are 2 gentlemen coming, see, these called monks. They don't have anything, but they are happy. Right? Right now you have 2 euros, but you are not happy still, isn't it? But they don't have anything, but they are still happy. You can talk to them. This is what he explained to me. This is how he introduced. And then he said, okay, go to that bar. That's in Italy they call bar for these small shops. You can find food. You go to that bar, and if you're happy, you can offer something to them with these 2 euros. You know what happened? He took that decision, okay, I'll give something. And then that homeless guy, I think he brought 2 croissants, and he offered to me and my fellow monk. And after that offering, our devotee gave him 10 euros. Right? And he said, see, what you have done is coming, because I got a thought, I didn't have an idea before that I will give you 10 euros later. But the action that you have done, I felt, no, I have to give something to you. See, now you have what? 10 euros because of you have given. Because now in the when you think about this, you think, no, that person has given 10 euros, but in order to get that thought to his mind, to give 10 euros, that's a reaction that happens from the nature. We can say that he did it, but he got a thought, he received a thought to give 10 euros to that person. There were some people who gang of other guys were talking each other nearby, and they saw this drama. Right? They said, ooh, when you give that, you get, that's nice. So they all went to that bar. They bought so many things. Now my arms bowl filled with all that stuff. They didn't expect anything, but they found the fun out of it, right? Then you know what happened? This drama, there's another lady who was seated in that bar. She was actually, she's very old, and she was eating something. She saw this drama what boys did. Right? And then that lady took, I think she had 2 mandarins in her bag. She offered that 2 mandarins to the alms bowl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing. Don't think about that, okay, this is, giving. I'm talking here, I'm telling you that you can see the cascade of reaction that happens after that. All these are Italians. They don't have any idea that they can give. Or these monks are begging for alms, because we don't go and asking. We usually don't go and ask. So whatever we receive, we will receive. We receive. That's the way that we go pindapata, arms round. So it happened. Right? That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. You know what happened? After that conversation, after that incident, that boys came to that devotee and asked who are they and all this discussion. And those people came to one of our discussion after that incident. Do you understand that how meritorious they are? Because now they are listening to the Dhamma because of that giving. Day before yesterday, 3 days back, I was doing a session in Brisbane for like a Sinhala retreat, and then parallelly we did an English retreat for only 5 people were there. one young girl, I think she's in 14 or 15. She grew up in here. She doesn't like these monks, and I think her parents asked her to come there and stay there. So because of that force that I had, remember, to go to temple, now she is going through that. She was there, and she was just like, okay, like that. Then I told her, Dua, daughter, can you offer me a cup of coffee, like a small amount of coffee? And then she, yes, I can do, because she was trying to escape from me, right? She went there and she made a cup of coffee and she gave to me. And then I said, Sulpateva, bless you. And then you can do whatever you want. If you don't like to stay here, you can go. It's fine. No, I will stay here. Now she got a thought to stay here. After that, she was listening to the Dhamma. After that, she was realizing what I'm telling. After that, all my discussions that I was telling, my discussion also changed. The way I explain things. That's really matching with her, her experiences, that what she has experienced in her lives. And after that offering, ladies and gentlemen, she had a chance to talk to Guru Hamdura as well. And when they leave the final day, she has decided to come to the monastery, just to stay there for 1 month to check whether he yes. The offering that she has done, I didn't want a coffee. At that point, I didn't want a coffee. I said, because I knew that what she lacked is offering. She doesn't have a pleasant mindset. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, that the detox jar is doing that action. Because when you write something good, at that moment your mind is thinking about goodness. That's a meditation. When you write someone has done this, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate word has so powerful, like that the number of consciousness units that appear in your mind creates so many powerful reactions there. In that moment, you can't understand, ladies and gentlemen. These are very, you have when we go deeper and deeper in this mind, you will see that mind is, when you do something good, when you appreciate someone, in that moment your mind is producing so much powerful positive energy. But at the same time, when you are listening to news, when you listen to bad things about others, and when you share Facebook post, Instagram post, or all these negative things, you are creating so much energy, negative energy, so that will hinder, that will block your understanding, that will block your mental condition to understand the Dhamma. We have witnessed this, we have learned this. That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you need to engage with this. You need to start offering. Don't worry, you don't have to pay anything. I'm not asking. What we are going to give you is, we are going to give flowers, oil lamps, and our lovely volunteers will provide everything to you after this session. You just have to go there. I think people who have come last time, they know that. So we are going to do the Buddha Puja. Buddha Puja means offering to the Buddha, not a statue, not to the statue, ladies and gentlemen, but to the profound wisdom that you're giving. Flowers, oil lamps, incense sticks, whatever the food that you're not offering to someone, you're offering to the wisdom. Do you understand that? You're not offering to the person. Thomas Alva Edison, we love Thomas Alva Edison because he invented what? Light bulb, right? So it's not the Thomas Alva Edison we love. We respect Thomas Alva Edison, but not because of Thomas Alva Edison, but because of that, the knowledge that he gained, the things that he has given to the world. Right? Likewise, Buddha has realized this Dhamma. Buddha has realized what actually happens here in this world, reality. What we are doing here, we are offering something to the Buddha, not the person, not to the statue, but to that profound wisdom. Do you understand that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not religion. This is not religious. But these are the things that people have used in the religions. Actually, religions are the guiding path to the wisdom. When you come to the summit, you can see all the religions are coming towards what? To the summit. Not only religion, but also science. All the things are driving towards the summit. When you reach the summit, you can see all the paths are coming to that place. Do you understand that? So you can have your belief set. You don't have to change anything. When you offer something, right, today, think about you are offering to this profound wisdom that you are going to receive, you are going to understand, you are going to learn, and you are going to contemplate. Do you understand that? Not it? You don't offer to a statue. You don't offer to a person. You are offering to this quality, characteristics of the realization. At the same time, after the Buddha Puja, you're going to get a rare chance to offer something to the Mahasangha. That means, so you will get something that, you can serve your portion, whatever that you eat, right? And then you can serve. You can give something that you have on your plate to our alms bowls. So we will come closer to you with empty alms bowl. So what you can do, you can offer something you have to us, right? It doesn't have to be all, just small, like the volunteers will give you a spoon. So you just have to offer that. Do you understand that? Right? In that way, ladies and gentlemen, you are creating a condition, because I know 100%, I am practicing this path, I have realized this, I know what happens here. This is what we know. That's why I told you in the morning, yesterday, when you came here, I can see familiar faces. I know why it is familiar, because we have met each other. You came here to find your teacher. The way that I found my teacher, you are coming on that path. Do you understand that? That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, when we come closer to you, you can start offer something you have from your plate to our alms bowl. That will direct you, that will create a positive energy in you, a vacuum in you to receive the Dhamma. Dhamma means the teaching, Dhamma means the wisdom. Do you understand that? Remember that cup of coffee? A cup of coffee can make a whole life, change a whole life. After that cup of coffee, the following day, she even participated in the Buddha Puja. She didn't participate in Buddha Puja before. She was playing with other people, I think the game or something. But after that day, she participated in the Buddha Puja as well. That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this works. We can see from the distance. We can see from the top. This works. You all get this chance to understand the Dhamma. Shall we do that? Ready? Huh? Okay. Now, did you understand that action has a reaction? Did you understand that everything is at equilibrium? If you do something, if you change any cause, it will create an effect. Right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do some small meditation. Right? In that meditation, you will reflect. I want you to think about, but be careful when you close your eyes, you will sleep, okay? That's why I don't like you to close your eyes. Right? Right? In this meditation, what you have to think? You have to think about something that you have done in the past, a good thing. You are kind-hearted in that moment. You have done. I think you can think about something that you have donated. Because of your donation, because of what you gave, right? The good thing that happened because of your donation. You can reflect about it. You understand? Think about because sometimes you have given, but you haven't think about what happened after that. Let's say you have donated something for a charity, right? As that donation, the children get food, right? But you haven't think about that. You just donated and then that's it. So now this moment we are trying to do a meditation to create a pleasant environment in our mind. Think about something that you have done good and think about the cascade of reaction happens after that. You doesn't have to know that, but you can think, okay, this might have happened, this might have happened. Do you understand this? Right? So what are you going to meditate? What are you going to meditate? What did you understand?
Something good you have done. The
Consequences happened after that thing. Did you understand that? Ladies and gentlemen, now this is the thing. Can you come, sir? Can you come? Okay, can you all see me? Can you all see him? Okay. So I have given something to him, right? Did you see that? Did you see that as well? Did I see that as well? Yes. Now the science here is, when I give that, you are also witnessing that I am giving. Forget about the people, but you are witnessing a giving event. I'm getting back now. Right? No, he has given back. You are witnessing a giving event. Do you understand that? When you are witnessing a giving event, you can also rejoice with that. Okay, he has given something good to the other person. He has given something, he has given what he has had to a charity. Let's say somebody is saying that, I have donated $500. You have to be happy about it. Or the thing is, I think she has a lot of money, that's why. How come she has money? How come she has a lot of money like that? This is our natural tendency, right? Because we, most of the time in our past lives, we lived in the jungle, right? Wild jungle. That's why we have all these characteristics, right? You always see them, but bads in other people, right? Not good things. Go and switch on the news. You know news? Not ABC, BBC and all these news. Would you find something good? You know, they are in the news in briefs, right? All the consequences, all the big things that happen, you know, the problems, you can get all the problems into your head when you watch news. Because one day in Italy, we had a chance to visit a jail. And it was a news event for that the region's television, and they recorded it, right? And then in our Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan channels also, they showed that event, right? So we visited the jail, and they recorded that, and it was a news. You know, after the full news, like after all the news about bad things, this murder, that murder, all these things, for a news in brief, towards the end you have news in brief, right? Only 15 seconds. Oh, actually not 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Oh, there were 2 monks visited Italian jail. That's it, done. So good things always in brief, bad things always in detailed. You can see the natural instinct of the community. These are the characteristics of a community, of this community. Not community, the human nature, mind's nature. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this meditation will help you to go back to your life. Whatever the incidents that you have done, good things, now you can reflect, you can bring them into life again and again. It doesn't have to be something that you have done. You can think about someone has done. That's why I showed it. You have witnessed so many good things that in your life other people have done. You can rejoice. You can rejoice with that. Rejoice with that events. Do you understand that? Huh? When you reflect this, I have to see smiley faces with you. Huh? If I can see like this, then I know that you are not doing that job, you are thinking about something. So don't artificially smile. You don't have to smile. I was kidding. But reflect about good things that you have done. Reflect about good things that other people have done, and the consequences happened after that. Right? Shall we do that for 15 minutes? Right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know, did you think about that? How many people helped you in your life? Imagine how many people support you. You might have given something as a money, payment. But today you drove. Yesterday you came here, right? Using a road. Is that you who put carpet on the tar on the road, or somebody has done it for you? The people who have helped to build this M31. Is M31? The Sydney-Melbourne road. So many effort. Actually, we are living on top of their lives. They supported us. They helped us to do our day-to-day activities. If you forget about them and live your life like, I'm the king, that's not fair, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, you need to have a soft mind. I want you to have that soft mind. Not because that you need to be soft, but to understand this Dhamma. Don't say a word to people. There are so many people who depends on, elders who depends on these pension schemes and, the, what do you call it, Medicare? No. This government is looking after them, right? Huh? Centrelink. I'm not, right? Right? They have done something to this country. When you pay tax, it's fine that you can try to minimize your tax. No. Minimize? Huh? Minimize the amount of you pay. That's fine. That's the accountant's job. No. Right? Right? But you need to understand that you have to pay happily. The amount that you will pay, you can pay happily because you are not paying something waste. You are just giving back to the nation. Don't even say, see, government is charging tax. No, it's not government. This is nature. You are not paying tax. You are giving back something that you deserve to do. Think in this way, you can happily pay tax on 31st of May, July. I'm not an agent from government, okay? So that's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have this pleasant mindset. You have to see always good things in other people. You have to reflect about so many people have supported you. Let's say you don't believe in past lives, it doesn't matter. Let's say, like people, you can't see doesn't mean that it's not there. You can't see ghost here. Can you see? I can see. So I have superpowers. Don't worry, I don't have. I'm just kidding. Otherwise you can say, Swami Nasi has these powers. No, I don't have anything. See, someone who can see ghosts, the other spirits, right? The other people they don't see, right? So you don't believe there are other spirits. But because you can't see, you can't say there are no spirits because you can't see. It's like Newton. When Newton explains about gravity, then gravity was there. The gravity come to exist because of Newton, or Newton just revealed what actually happens. Even though you believe it or not, gravity was there even before Newton invented that concept. So likewise, you can't say that when you don't see, it's not there. Likewise, you can't say that there's no past lives. Now the thing is this, let's say by any chance if you had past lives, right, then you need to have mothers and fathers in those past lives who has done so many sacrifices. That's why you are here right now, trying to learn something about the truth. Without that mother or without that father, you won't be able to come here. If something happened in that, if that mother or if that father didn't do whatever that he has done, she has done in that day, in that life, the whole cascade of reaction will change in another direction. So that means, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, Chief Seattle have said, remember, Man doesn't belong, earth doesn't belong to the man, man belongs to the earth. All are connected like the blood that united us. Man didn't weave the web of life, he is merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. Whatever that you do, come back to you. Actually, when you give, you are not giving to someone, you are giving to you. Do you understand that? Because when you become nature, when you realize that you are also part of nature, when you give someone, when you give something to someone, or when you give to the wisdom, you realize the wisdom. And you are giving to the wisdom, you are getting the wisdom. Right? So, I think it's good time. Are we ready, volunteers? Ready? Huh? Happy volunteers? You know what? So they are happy. Yesterday, you know what happened? They got a special chance to talk to Guru Thero. So Guru Hamdro, you know, I can't see this teacher, you know, the Guru Hamdro came to me and said, Swami Bante Mahinda Thero, you have a team who work here. Their work sucks off. Yesterday there was a session after the noon alms, but they didn't participate there. They came here to organize this. So you have to look after them. You have to make sure that they practice the path, they practice the Dhamma, they realize this. Are you looking after them? I said, yes. No, it's not enough. Ask them to come and I will look after them while you are explaining there. Right? So they got a special chance to meet Guru Hamdro yesterday night. I think it went around 1:30. So they were wake up till 1:30 even though you sleep. And then they woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning to make sure that you get everything ready. So they only, I think, slept 3 hours. I slept around 2:30. So after that, Guru Hamdro had a session for us. So we had a session. So we had a session from Guru Hamdro. Why don't you look after them? I was kidding. So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we need to make sure that we all understand this Dhamma. We have to practice. You have to support each other. You have to help each other. That's the way to uplift everyone, each other. It's not that a race that I am running front. No, we have to bring everything together up. Uplift one another. We don't have a race here to understand easily. There's no race to understand this. You won't get a trophy, a cup, and say, yeah. Just have these words. Acceptance of defeat is the victory. Just have these words in your mind. We will explain towards the end. Acceptance of defeat is the victory.
Well, I will write it down after you explain. I like it, but I want to.
Yes, you get a chance to raise umbrella and 2 Swaminoses, 2 Banteros. So I think you have organized something to them, right? The way that they have to do. Okay. So go and meet these volunteers. They will guide you. So all 32 are here, right? Everyone. So you have to look after each other. Huh? You have to check whether your friend or your colleague is there. So you have to talk to each other and get familiar each other. I want you to know each other closely. We are a family here. Work together to find the true meaning of our lives. Okay?